That was a response from the Mavericks. Wow. No Josh Giddey, first and foremost, for the Oklahoma City Thunder in the starting lineup. Isaiah Joe in there for him, and he was unfortunately not able to provide the offense that they were looking for, even though he got clean looks and obviously he brought them more spacing just by his presence. He couldn't knock most his three-pointers down, just 25% from the three-point line. And Josh Giddey off the bench actually gave them some solid stuff in his 12 minutes, but he's such a horrible defender. That's why he, I would say, is not valuable giving you some points because he just gives it away on the other end most of the time. But I don't know. I would have started Cason Wallace. I know he wasn't great today offensively, but I still feel like they could have used the versatility of him, and he always seems like a dog. I know he didn't show it today, but he still had one three-pointer that I was like, yeah, that's a clutch one. So, I don't know. I don't know what they do. They shortened the rotations, obviously. All guys playing more, and Aaron Wiggins did not get much time. He had no impact on the game. Josh Giddey, like I said, Jalen Williams barely got time, and Cason Wallace, unfortunately, wasn't able to do anything offensively with his minutes. But this was more about, I don't know, it was about both teams, obviously. Luka finally breaking through, having a great game, 31, 10, and 11. His best body language game I've seen, maybe ever. This was the first time I've seen Luka barely complain, and he was sensational. He played it in his own pace, was able to knock down the three balls, and obviously had one of his better playmaking games in these playoffs. Some really great passes. They were able to break the paint very easily against OKC, and it led to a lot of lobs, a lot of paint points, which they controlled. And they obviously won the three-point battle where they shot 14 of 35, while OKC shot 10 of 40, which is a huge difference. And those are the biggest battles, right? They won the three-point line battle, and they won the rebounding battle, which after a bad start where the Oklahoma City Thunder played with more energy, played with more effort, and they were absolutely, out hustling, I would say, the Dallas Mavericks, and especially the guards. They stepped it up and rebounded incredibly well. So impressed with Derek Lively. Once again, a great rim protecting game, great rebounding game, knocked down his Heck Lively free throws. Just, I'm so impressed with Lively, and I'm pissed that the Warriors couldn't get him. Because once Uncle Alchemy made a video about him, and once I read about him prior to it a little bit and afterwards to it, I fell in love with him as a prospect. And he's proven his worth to this Mavericks team in his rookie year already. So, shout out to him. Kyrie, good overall game. He continues to be more of a, I would say, defensive distributor rather than a scorer, but he picked his spots well offensively and made some timely baskets. Derek Jones Jr., sensational first half, sensational defensively. And obviously, PJ Washington made some tough shots. Daniel Gafford, the paint protection was incredible. And for OKC, I would say they played well. They lost by 12, and they trusted each other, I would say, the right amount. Maybe in the end, when it was, looking over, they were a little too sped up. Shai barely touched the ball down the stretch to me, or not barely, but didn't get enough touches down the stretch in the fourth quarter. And, they trusted each other. They created, I would say, out of those 30 missed three-pointers, I would say at least 20 of them were wide open or pretty open. And for solid shooters, right? Only 2 misses by Josh Giddey. And everyone else is a solid shooter for them. And the shots just weren't falling. Yes, the Mavericks did contest really well on some of those, but at least 20 of them to me probably were wide open from what how I remember the game, and I watched it literally like 15 minutes ago. So it's tough, man. I loved that they didn't, lose trust in each other. And you could compare it to Minnesota, where it felt like in Game 5, as Athletic Alchemy pointed out, and a lot of people pointed out, that the Timberwolves were playing a little for themselves, weren't able to make the second reads, were playing a little more selfish, a little bit, with less trust in each other in that Game 5. While I would say the Thunder played with the appropriate amount of trust, but shit, man, they're young and they just couldn't knock down those 3 balls today. I really think they created a lot of great looks from the 3-point line, and you live and die by the 3. And unfortunately, today they died by the 3-point line. Because in the paint, like I said, Dallas has been defending incredible. They're living and dying with OKC shooting those 3 balls, and they've not been able to knock them down today. And I mean, in game 4, either really, right? But they got away with it because Dallas, Shai took it away from them, or, a little bit of both, right? Dallas gave it away a little bit, Shai took it away, and they made some timely baskets. But today, Dallas just looked like the better team. They looked more in control. And once OKC just couldn't find the rhythm from the 3-point line, or just they couldn't knock them down, man. It's a make or miss league. I can give you all kinds of analysis. I can give you all kinds of X and O's. At the end of the day, this game boiled down to rebounding and 3-point shooting. Dallas won the rebounding battle after a bad start to the rebounding battle, and they won the 3-point battle despite, I would say, making and taking tougher 3-pointers. It's just at the end of the day what it is. We'll see how OKC bounces back. I think they will make it interesting in Dallas, but they're gonna need to find their shooting. They've just not been in rhythm for whatever reason. They've not been able to to knock down wide open shots from the 3-point line for whatever reason when they've been the best all year. And, now they gotta deal with Luka, who looked, the best he's looked all playoffs, which is not a good sign. Also, shout out Jaden Hardy. He was 1 of 5, but I liked his minutes. I thought he broke the paint really well and was aggressive. I don't know if it was too easy, but I thought Dallas attacked closeouts and pick and rolls really well, which led to a lot of the paint points. And, they were just really in control all over the paint. Anyway, that's it for me. Shout out to Dallas. Really great win. Tonight we have Denver, Minnesota, game 6 in Minnesota. We'll see if Minnesota can force a game 7. And I'll be here to cover it as always. We'll be back with game 6, which I'm pretty sure... Is it on Friday? It should be on Friday. Right? Why does it not want to fucking load, man? No, so it's on Saturday. Wait, so game 7 is on Monday? That's kinda crazy. So on Saturday, we have Mavericks Thunder game 6. We'll see what happens there. And I'll be here to cover it as always. Be kind to yourself and to others. Chase your dreams. Stand on your morals. Love yourselves. And hey, if you feel love, love will grow. Shout out to Mave. As always, see you whenever, wherever.